Hello and welcome to XO Mo. My name is Mo and I'm a professional tarot reader, an intuitive, and also an herbal enthusiast. But as you can see from today's title, we're doing a pick a card reading based around the new moon in Sagittarius. We have a lot of energy going on in Sagittarius this weekend. The new moon, and it's also like a solar eclipse going on as well. There's just so much going on, the solar eclipse and the new moon, they're just going to be bringing in a lot of luck, change in perspectives, a lot of confidence, and it's really going to lift our overall vibes, right? However, I asked my cards and my guidance, and this pick a card reading is actually going to be based around the things that you don't really have to do. You know what I mean? With all this good luck, with all this like positive energy going around in terms of Sagittarius, this masculine, fiery energy, today's pick a card reading is going to be based around what the universe, what the divine is actually starting and beginning and accomplishing on your behalf, right? So that's really exciting. But yeah, so we'll get into that shortly. But before we do, I just want to make a couple announcements. First off, I am open for private readings. We're ending, the year's coming to a close. And a lot of people have been coming to me asking about, like, what was I supposed to learn in 2021? Or do I need to leave behind in 2021? Or, like, what should I be looking forward to in 2022? Right? But of course, I'm always open for career, relationship, familial, or like any other type of reading you're interested in getting, right? But to book a private session with me, run on over to momagics.com to get additional information and to find my booking calendar. Also, if you find value out of this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to give me a thumbs up and let me know what resonates down in the comment section. And last but absolutely not least, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and TikTok, where I get on IG Live and TikTok Live on a regular basis, about like 3 to 4 times a week, where you can tap into my live readings there. My live readings are about $15, right? But yeah, let's move on to the disclaimer. As I tell all of my clients, I am not a fortune teller. I'm not a fortune teller. What I like to say is that I'm an interpreter of the current energies operating in your life right now. You know what I mean? So, like, you should be using my readings as a confirmation of your intuition, as opposed to me telling you anything like new and crazy that you don't already know, right? But with that out of the way, also, if there's something that pops up in these readings that you do not like, do not think that you are fated to like live that life. You know what I mean? If something comes up in your reading and you're like, I don't like that, I really want to change the course of the future, because the future is not set in stone, right? So you can change what you're doing, or even the people you're dealing with can completely change their behaviors or the way that they're operating, which could completely change, the course of the future, or the course or the direction that this reading is going to go in, right? But without further ado, with the disclaimer out of the way, let's head on over to the card selection. Hello, and welcome to your card selection. To help you choose a pile with your intuition and not just your physical one, I advise that you find yourself in a relaxed position, and through this entire process, you take meditative breaths, inhaling and exhaling. So how to choose a pile. So you would like to focus your attention on one pile at a time, taking note of whether the pile resonates with you or if it feels like a vibrational match with where you are currently at. And then you want to do the same with each of the crystals. Whichever of the piles feels like both a vibrational match between the deck of cards and the crystals, that pile is usually the one I choose. If you feel like you resonate with more than one pile, that is because there is an additional message waiting for you in each pile. After choosing your deck, you can find your timestamps down in the comment section or in the description bar. Alrighty, and without further ado, this is pile number 1. Alrighty, and without further ado, this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. And this is pile number 3. Hey, pile number 1, and welcome to your pick a card reading. If you chose pile number 1, you chose the emerald crystal. I really like this crystal. It helps with prosperity, bringing in an abundance mindset and leadership skills. But a little bit about how this reading is going to work. So first off, we have like a couple of like tarot cards from the Modern Witch Tarot deck. These are just going to give us a really quick like synopsis of like what the universe is doing on your behalf. Right, and then we also have some oracle cards. Once I'm done with those tarot cards, I'll also pull some more tarot cards from the Tarot of the Divine, to get you some more insight, get you an action plan, and then we'll wrap it up with oracle cards from the Herbal Healing deck, oracle cards from the Sacred Creator Oracle deck, and then we also have some Moonology cards to get you some messages from the moons in relationship to your emotions, right? But without further ado, let's hop right into it. Okay. Just as lovely. I'm getting like traveling. I don't know why, but I'm getting traveling. So I don't know if you've been trying to travel and like this isn't necessarily like this generally isn't what these like 3 cards mean, but just like the through line. If I could show you the through line of the cards, right? Because you have the Ace of Wands, the Judgment card, and then the Page of Pentacles. And the things that are really sticking out to me is the city here, the clouds, the mountain, and then the new city on this other side, right? So I'm really getting travel. Getting travel. But to break it down by each card, the Ace of Wands, it's a new passion project. Again, sometimes this is traveling, this is adventure, this is exploring. And then the Judgment card, this is just telling me that the divine, your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, they've been telling you about this thing for a while. And again, it's just getting to the point where like the universe and the world is shaping around. So where like the work that they're doing, it's coming to fruition. You know what I mean? I don't know if you were waiting at all, but they're like, we're here for you, baby. We're just wrapping this on up. And then you can like go on this new journey because there's something you want to invest in. I don't know if it's a new career path. I don't know if it's a new business. I don't know if it's a new relationship, or if you just want to like just travel to a new city to do something else, right? But that's really what I'm getting. There's something new and exciting that the universe and the divine has told you to do. They've told you to prepare for, and now the time is right. Can we get additional clarification, please and thank you? Do we have any more insights on what's going on for pile number 1, the folks that chose the emerald? What else do we want them to know, and what other information do we have available for them? Additional insights? Additional insights? Additional insights? Additional insights? Again, and they're telling me to like... They're really telling you to take it easy. Like, I don't know if this is... I don't know if this is something you've been trying to muscle. I don't know if this has been something you've been trying to force. But you have the, like, this is yours. I'm hearing that this is yours and that you don't have to work for it. Again, like, all this Sagittarius energy is just drawing the proper things towards us. Like, the prosperity, the luck, and everything. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse. This could be a lack of confidence, especially with the Strength card after it. But I'm sensing that, like, because you may have felt like rocky, or there's a lack of like confidence about whether you were able to do this, or whether this was able, or whether this was ever going to happen. You tried to force it, so you were working really hard. But again, I'm sorry, my nose is itching. But like, Chariot card, you're going on the journey. They just need you. They kind of need you to lay off a little bit. They kind of need you to lay off, like give it a rest. And again, like they want you to be receptive. Going back to that Judgment card you had, they want you to be receptive of the way that they're bringing it to you. right? Like if you didn't work so hard, like let's say what if it was easy? If it was easy, what would it look like? What if they laid all the tools, all the resources, all the right people into your lap, and then as they were placed there, you just took them. You just took them. You know what I mean? No stress, no planning. My ears are ringing now. You know what I mean? And again, you have the world card after that. You know what I mean? Because whatever the lesson is, if there was a delay, don't know sure what the delay was or like what you were doing in the meantime, you have learned the lesson. You have learned the lesson, but I'm getting because you had to go on this journey. This may have been delayed. This may have been prolonged. You know what I mean? There was a lot of worrying going on. You no longer have to worry. You don't really need any additional help. You don't like, with the Hierophant in reverse, again, this could also connect you to the divine, but like, it's like, I'm really getting like, you don't need anything else. Everything that you need, you already have. If you right? Like everything that you need, you already have. If you don't have it, you don't need it. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say that again, right? Like, everything you need, you already have. If you don't have it, you don't need it, right? Again, the star card in reverse. This is just about changing your perspective because you have the resources here. They're here right now. They're in the present. You can make it happen. And it, like, I don't know if you feel like you don't have enough or if you need something else, but again, it's not in the future. It's here right now. It's here right now. And this is Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's here right now. It's here right now. High Priestess. You just have to trust. You have to trust Lovers in reverse and make a decision. And make the decision. Make the decision to be courageous. Because it might be a little bit scary, but they got your back. They got your back. There's nothing you need to worry about. Everything is here right now. This is kind of exciting. Let me see if there's anything else I can do for you. Right, if there's anything else. There's anything else pile number one wants to do. Let's get them an action plan. This is pretty clear and straightforward. Can we get an action plan for pile number one? If they, like, it seems like y'all got it covered, but if there's anything that they need to do. This is funny. This is funny. If there's anything they need to do, what would those things be? If there's anything pile number one needs to do, what would those things be? Yeah. Okay, so you got the Eight of Coins in reverse. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Stop working so hard. And it's funny. It's so funny because last time we got the Queen of Wands in reverse, but now she's upright. Now, right? So be open, be confident, like have the confidence that everything is going to work out and have confidence that it's going to be easy, right? Have confidence that that it's not going to be blood, sweat, and tears. Have confidence that it's going to be easy because you've waited enough. But I'm also kind of getting like, because like these two cards together, they kind of look like the same person, right? They kind of look like the same person. You know what I mean? Because like there's this rest, there's this taking it easy. It's being patient. It's being patient, but also manifesting with what you have. Again, like I was saying before, if you don't have it, you don't need it. Everything else that you need will come later down the line, and just trusting and start manifesting with what you have and get excited about it. Get excited about it. And I'm sensing like manifest with this fiery and passionate energy. Right? Let whatever is like fueling this travel, fueling this trip, fueling this like excitement, fueling this passion project. Let the excitement for this project be your manifestation tool. So maybe light a red candle, you know what I mean, in honor in Sag season. And then like really figure it out what it is you want to juggle, because you have the Two of Coins, and I'm just getting anything that's not helping, anything that's not in alignment. And this could be like people, these could be things, these could be practices, these could be like spending habits, or just like even places where you're putting your time. Because I'm really getting like you really need to figure out with the Seven of Coins in reverse, you really need to sit down and figure out like, okay, what is it that I need to carry with me? What is it that I want to juggle? What is it that I want to value and hold and invest in? And what's not servicing that purpose, and what can I let go? Right? I love you. I mean, I love this. I mean, I do love you, but I do love this for you. I love this for you. This is a nice and buoyant energy. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so this is interesting. Like I feel like the Moon Oracle cards might be going somewhere else, but let's start with the Herbal Healing cards first, right? So for the Herbal Healing, you have Pine Awakening. You know what I mean? Like this process, and you actually realizing that things are going to be easy. Excuse me. It's going to be a part of awakening process where you have like an epiphany, you have a realization, and you're like, oh, I'm stepping into this new power, is just what I'm getting. Right? Because your subconscious may be working against you right now, but it's going to take, and then it's like this subconscious, and then waking up, like the images are so vivid here, right? Waking up from your subconscious and then having the realizations and having things shift and change, and like the perspective shifting and changing is going to change things. Again, you have Tulsi, faith, holy basil. You know what I mean? This is trusting the process. Trusting the process, trusting the divine timing, trusting that everything is working out in your favor and that you do not have to work hard, right? And this may be hard because, again, if we were going back with some of those fire energies, you know, the I'm kind of getting like with that Queen of Wands in reverse, there's this frantic, frenetic energy because you're stressed out and you're worried. Is it going to happen? Is it going to work? And it's like a lack of confidence, not like I don't think I'm like attractive or not that I'm pretty. Not that type of lack of confidence, but a lack of confidence is like, is this going to happen? You know what I mean? It's kind of like the anti-faith, like not trusting, like, but I'm just getting that all of this is going to be changing. And this is what this Sagittarius new moon energy, this solar eclipse energy is bringing in for you, right? Chamomile, right? Your inner child. I don't know what this has to do with your inner child, but again, if you need to invite some new energy into your life, wake up, say, hey, inner child, what is it that you want to do today? Whatever the first thing is, do that thing that day. You know what I mean? If they want to have a bowl of cereal, if they want to watch cartoons, if they want to color, if they want to sing, if they want to go to a park, whatever it is, like listening to your inner child and kind of like allowing your inner child to like lead the way, right? Again, this Sagittarius energy, this exploration, this fun, this excitement, that's let's just get out here and do the goddamn thing. It's going to be really good for you to capitalize on. Now, I don't know what this is related to because this kind of seems like something else. So I'm going to get clarifications because let me just show them to you first because you have new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. And then you have nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, moon. These are very interesting. I was actually going to get like some tarot cards, but I'm actually going to go to the Moonology deck. Okay. Right, because this will tell me. I'm going to read New Moon in Virgo. When this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where you are and where do you want to go? Again, travel. New Moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make the restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it. So if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies. So add these into your routines. Into your routines now. However you've been feeling. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies. So add these into your routines now, however you've been feeling. If a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. Yes? The teaching. Virgo is the sign of health, service, and analysis. Its energy is precise and has a feel of the harvest about it. When this card comes up, it could be that a wonderful bounty is coming your way. However, the energy of the new moon in Virgo is usually about getting your life in order. That's what you need to do at a time of the Virgo new moon and whenever else you pull this card. Interesting. Right? So, yeah, again, I'm getting that, like, make it simple, make it easy, make it realistic, but also something is coming your way. Something is coming your way. Now, let me go find out this void of course moon. Where can I find this at? Void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. In a form of astrology known as horary, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded, a void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or this situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you're asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there is nothing to worry about. We already talked about that. There's nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and your beliefs. Okay? To get in tune with this moon card, say, I trust in my highest good. You know what I mean? And then, like, the teaching, the main definition of a void of course moon is when the moon won't make a major connection with any of the planets until she enters the next sign. The best thing you can do when you get this card is to chant the Sanskrit words Om Namyo Naranyahi. I'll put that spelling there because I'm sure I got it wrong, which means I surrender to the divine. A void course of moon is a time just to be. Again. These are putting you on the receiving end. Like, now that I read the cards, I'm really glad I did. I'm gonna add that into the practice. But like, something is coming in, and you just have to accept it. I looked at this already, but now that I'm reading, it's really hitting. Accept and receive. Look at that. Accept and receive. Okay, let's go to 24. Accept and receive. Essential meaning. Learning to accept love and praise. Accepting your worth in order to bring prosperity into your life. Accepting where you are today with the fierce knowing that things are improving. The self-care message. These are some things to pay attention to. An inability to accept the gifts that are coming your way. A need to believe in the value you offer, resistance to receiving praise or love. It's time to accept and receive, sweet creator. Learn to graciously open up to all of it. The praise and the compliments, love from others, help when it comes, and unusual or unexpected support that confirms the universe is opening up for you. Receive it. You are worthy. Know that it may not look exactly as you imagined it would, but rest assured its arrival is imminent. As you move toward your dream, look for serendipitous encounters with people who already know the way and remain open to the idea that accepting an imperfect, short-term situation is not the same as settling for less than you deserve for the long haul. Sometimes, the most potent magic can be found in the unplanned pit stops. When we try to control exactly how the universe delivers our wishes, we can miss the small miracles that arrive in their stead. Be open to receiving remarkable alternatives and suggestions, and an extraordinary outcome that is better than you could imagine it could be. Ask yourself, can I do, be, have, love, or live better? Challenge yourself to accept and receive more for your beautiful creator self, and here are your journaling prompts. What do you need to receive more of in your life? How are you allowing others to help you? How easy is it for you to reach out and to ask for a helping hand? What type of person would you love to meet today, and how could they help you on your journey? Alrighty, my good friend. Thank you for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, and of course the divine for helping us in this process. And last but not least, don't forget to run over to momagics.com to book a private session with me. Like, comment if anything resonated, and subscribe to receive more divine messages like these. And until next time, this is XOMO. Bye. Hello, pal number 2, and welcome to your pick a card reading. If you chose pal number 2, you chose the carnelian crystal. This is a really good crystal for helping people, stay proactive, take action, manifest the things that they want in their life by remaining confident and assured that whatever they decide to do will yield the results they are looking for. A little bit about how this reading is going to work. First off, we have 3 cards or 4, yeah, you actually pulled 4. We have 4 cards from the Modern Witch Tarot deck that are going to give us a broad overview of whatever you have going on. After that, I'm going to get you some additional guidance and clarity using the Tarot of the Divine. And then last but not least, we have some Herbal Healing Oracle cards, and then we have some Moonology Oracle cards, and then we also have one final Oracle card from the Sacred Creators deck. Right? And then I'll also get you like a journaling prompt. That last one usually comes with a journaling prompt. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so just what I'm seeing off the bat. Kind of what I'm seeing off the bat. And it's funny because this has been coming through with like so many of my private readings. And then just to make sure, we do have a Venus retrograde coming up where a lot of people's relationships are going to be challenged. But I'm just finding that whatever relationships, connections, partnerships, friendships, co-workers that you find to be difficult, the universe is making moves for these things to be left behind. You have the 3 of Cups. Again, these are people, and I'm not getting that these are bad or negative relationships, you know what I mean? I'm not getting that they're bad or negative, because these are people that are pouring emotional energy into you, but I'm just getting that, and then like with this 8 of Pentacles, I'm just finding that the connection has grown stiff. It has grown difficult. Like something that felt easy, it's harder. It's not so easy anymore. It's like to be engaged with these same people in the same way, it's taking a lot of work and a lot of effort. And then the universe is making a way for you to get some rest, for you to give this situation a chill, and possibly even to leave it behind. You know what I mean? Like maybe leave this energy behind for a certain period of time, or this may be indefinitely. I'm not sure. I'm sure you'll be able to find out momentarily. Give it 2 to 3 weeks time. But the universe is making waves for you to like step away to get some rest, or to actually leave this partnership, this connection that has grown. And that's the thing. I don't want to say sour. It's like, it's not sour. I'm not getting it's toxic. I'm just getting that it's not the same. It's harder. It is harder. It is not as easy, but nonetheless, the universe is making an escape plan for you. Let's make that abundantly clear. But can we get some additional clarity or any more general guidance or insights or messages we would like pile number 2 to have? Please and thank you. What other information do we have for pile number 2 regarding this situation? And then these cards, they're thank you. Additional messages for pile number 2. Additional messages for pile number 2. You already know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about. This, like, the clarifiers are just a reiteration. They're just a reiteration of what I have already said, right? Because we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Again, this is telling me that in this situation that you are exhausted, you are tired, you maybe feel a little worn out, or maybe even a little burnt out by this situation more specifically. But again, you've been pretending as if everything is fine, as if nothing has changed, as if this connection or this partnership is not exhausting you. And the time for you to come to, like, and I'm getting that this is both ends, right? For you to, like, nurture yourself, for you to take care of yourself, but also for this other person to do that for themselves as well. This is kind of like a two-way street, right? Where you're taking care, you're mothering, you're nurturing yourself, but the other person involved, they got to do that for themselves as well. Because this is what the both of you need to do. The divine actually wants the both of you to do this. You know what I mean? Because, like, something about confidence, something about socialism, not socialism, girl, socializing. Not that socialism is a bad thing, but something about, like, socializing and getting out there and choosing to be courageous and the best version of yourself, right? Like, it's like, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is the way of being? What is the confidence? What is the trust? What is the excitement that puts you in the place where the way that you act? And I'm hearing courageous. Because if there's any, like, if you've been reluctant to tell this person how you felt, like, you need to be courageous. You need to be courageous, but it's maybe not. Like, not that you don't need to be courageous, but we have the King of Swords in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse. And again, this is just telling me that conversations aren't going to happen because possibly, like, talking at each other isn't going to solve the issue. What's going to solve the issue is the both of you stepping away and getting some rest. The both of you, like, actually separating, which is, like, really interesting to say with this Lover card here. But again, at the bottom of the deck, you have the World card, saying that this is what you're meant to do. This is just where you need to be. This is how you guys are going to reach completion, graduation, to reach your 10 of Cups, to reach your happily ever after. And again, I can't say that y'all aren't going to come back together, but the separation is absolutely necessary. The separation and the lack of contact, the lack of conversations is absolutely necessary to the healing process. Let's get you an action plan just to make sure I'm sending you off on the right foot. Can we get an action plan or task list for pile number 2? Please and thank you. Can we get an action plan or task list for pile number 2? Please and thank you. What should pile number 2 be doing? 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 Like, and these things, they just continue to, like, reiterate. They continue to reiterate. So your attention needs to be elsewhere. Your attention just needs to be elsewhere. Y'all saw me shuffle them cards. I know y'all saw me shuffle them cards because the Nine of Wands was the first card to jump out again, and this time it came out upright, right? So this is saying, pay attention to what's draining your energy. Pay attention to what's making you feel, like, anxious or nervous or tired or exhausted or worn out, right? And to draw a boundary. This sword, right? Like, stick the sword in the dirt, draw a line, like, shall not pass. Conversation shall not happen, right? But also the flip side of this is to actually, like, take all that energy that you were probably giving to this connection, and put it elsewhere. Put it towards where you want to go. Put it towards making plans for your next adventure, for your next travel trip, for what 2022 may be looking like, you know what I mean? Take that energy, you know, we are getting closer to winter, we're getting colder, we're hibernating, we're retreating to ourselves, and just take that energy and put it towards yourself in terms of where it is that you want to go. Something else, this may be connected to something else, because what are we trying to say here? Because again, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. which again is telling me that to maybe make no emotional offerings, but if you make an emotional offering at all, it is very small. It is very small. It's maybe a 30-minute conversation. One 30-minute conversation a week. You know what I mean? It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Temperance. Because we need to protect our calmness. We need to protect our peace. And again, the temperance card is about measuring a little bit. Measuring a little bit. And I don't know. Because we have the Seven of Swords in reverse followed by the Four of Cups. And just the message that I'm getting is that there's something you need to return to. There's something that you need to return to. Again, this could be related to this excitable, like, future energy, but because the Seven of Swords, there's something you are in reverse. There's something you're returning to, but the Four of Cups is what follows it. And I'm just getting that you thought that you were done with this thing. You thought that you didn't need this thing anymore. But this thing that you thought was buried, this thing that you thought wasn't going to come to fruition, this thing that you thought wasn't going to bloom, it's actually presenting you with this new opportunity that's fun and exciting that you can invest in, that you can put your physical energy and time towards. And it's the energy that you're putting in, the energy is gonna return back to you. Right? What you put towards this, the energy and time and effort that you put towards this, it's gonna be reciprocal. You know what I mean? And then it's gonna feed your soul. It might feed your pocketbook. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's gonna fill this hole, whatever this hole is that's being created by you taking this alone time. So this could be a new old hobby. This could be like reading, a pastime that you used to do like when you were alone. Yeah, it's kind of unclear because again we have the Moon card in reverse at the bottom, which is again saying it's kind of unclear, but it definitely has to deal with your emotions. I would definitely say that like if you're somebody who's used to like filling up your emotional cup in a social way, what's coming up is that you actually need to do that by finding a hobby or a pastime. This could be reading, this could be coloring, this could be playing video games, this could be doing makeup. But just finding like a habit that you put to rest and picking that habit back up to fill up your emotional cup. Right? Let's get into your herbal healing cards. Okay. Interessante. So you have horsetail, higher self. So have conversations with your higher self. You know, maybe ask your higher self in the morning. And this is like, I would definitely like, if you're a tarot reader, maybe use your tarot cards to help you divine. But this could also just be you like meditating or taking a moment of silence. Or hell, even saying a prayer before you go to bed. Hey, higher self, I'm here to receive any messages, any insights that you have for me now or throughout the day. Please guide me in the right decision, in the right direction. Going back to that Emperor card, right? And that Three of Wands, manifestation. Again, this alone time, this hibernation alone time before 2022 starts back up. This hibernation alone time is like it's you planting the seeds of manifestation, right? We have dandelion here, but manifestation, it's like that's kind of what you need to return to. And then you have daffodil self-worth. This is returning me back to the relationship and the connection that we're talking about. If it has turned sour, if it has turned stiff, like stiff and like rocky is the word in the language that keeps coming back to me, right? Like there's not an easy like flow of energy. I don't know if things aren't being shared or if the things aren't being shared, we are creating a wall around because they don't feel good. You know what I mean? But it's acknowledging your self-worth. Like if this is what the dynamic has become, know your self-worth, that you don't deserve that. And like either I'd rather be bad all by myself, right? If it's between like engaging with this person in this connection in a way that feels hard and stiff and it's not an easy flow of energy, I'd rather, because I deserve peace. If the relationship or the connection isn't bringing me peace, then why am I doing it? Right? Right? Okay, up next, your moon cards. Yep, I already said this. We have disseminating moon, time to take a breath out. And then you have full moon, Surrender to the divine. I usually don't read from this deck, but I did for pile 1, so I'm going to do it now. But let's go to Disseminating Moon to see what the Disseminating Moon has to tell us. Am I missing it? Maybe it's in the beginning. Disseminating Moon. Take time to breathe out. Okay, I said that wrong at first. Take time to breathe out. The intensity of the full moon has abated. And what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. Breath. What this is so try to breathe. We can't be on all the times. I think this might be a typo. Breathe, we can't be on all the time. Breath, we can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. The teaching. The disseminating moon is the first moon phase after the explosion of energy that comes with the full moon. No matter when you pick this card, it suggests no matter when you pick this card, it suggests you are at a more tranquil point in life. You are at a more tranquil point in the life cycle of whatever situation you're asking about. This is not the ideal time to start something new. The disseminating moon is the time to breathe out, give yourself some time off, and to think about what has passed. Okay? And then the next one is full moon. Full moon, surrender to the divine. The very word climax brings about all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed. But it is really the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface, no matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card. Matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. And then the teaching. The full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this something of a powerful card. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. Okay? Okay, and this is last but definitely not least. We have light in the unexpected. Light in the unexpected. This is on 16. Essential meaning. The unexpected, upheaval, disarray, working with a sudden change, lessons from unexpected sources, spreading love in difficult times, showing your true self, being a light worker in a place where it is needed most. The self-care message, so things to stay aware of, is a lack of preparedness, loss of control, situations or beliefs that shake your foundation to the core, hiding your true nature or feelings because of what is socially acceptable, delaying the inevitable or denying necessary change. That one really stuck out. Not working your light when it is needed. Something unexpected is emerging quickly. This type of sudden change can be exhilarating, yet it can also feel like things have gotten way out of control when parts of our regularly scheduled reality begin to crumble. While the future will be unpredictable during this upheaval, know that the universe is holding you close and that this change will expose a handful of opportunities that you can't see just yet. What shimmers beneath the rubble? Love, light, meaning, happiness. They are all hidden in your current situation, so allow them to flood into your life by actively searching for the meaning in the madness. You will see that this is exactly what you've been preparing for. It's during challenging times that your star stuff can truly shine. So take a deep breath and seek the light in the darkness. There's so much of it there to work with. Then your journaling prompt is, if there was something about your life today that you have been looking at all wrong. Is there something about your life today? Is there something about your life today that you've been looking at all wrong? What's fractured and what's working? And which pieces are worth keeping? What exponential growth and transformation is available to you? What light in the unexpected is staring back at you? What is the silver lining? Alrighty. So these last couple of cards are just telling me that whatever that this break you're going to take, you know what I mean? There's going to be a silver lining, but there's also going to be something to learn, and you probably won't be able to identify that until you actually separate yourself and your personhood from this connection, right? But that's all I have for you. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. Excuse me. Also, don't forget, I am booking private readings. You can run over to momagics.com to view my booking calendar. And last but not least, don't forget to like. Don't forget to let me know what resonates down in the comment section, and subscribe to receive more pick a card readings like these. And until next time, this is XOMO. Bye. Hello, pal number 3, and welcome to your pick a card selection. If you chose pal number 3, you chose the blue goldstone. Okay, I think you could see some of the darker blue and the sparkles now. I really love this crystal, but this crystal deeply resonates with the throat chakra, and I currently have it programmed to help with authentic and confident communication. Yeah. But a little bit about how this reading is going to work. So first off, let's see how many cards you have. First off, I'm going to get an overarching view of your current situation and what the universe is doing for you and what energies they're moving around using the Modern Witch Tarot deck. After that, I'll get you some additional guidance and an action plan using the Tarot of the Divine. And last but definitely not least, we have some oracle cards from the Herbal Healing deck. We got some moon cards from the Moonology Oracle deck, and then we also have the Creator's Oracle deck, and this card will provide you with some more insight and a journaling prompt as well if you're into that. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Yeah-oh. So there's something you need to move on from, my friend. I don't know what it is, but you're moving on. And you're moving on. And the thing is, I sense you already know what it is that you need to move on from. But the cards are also telling me that, you haven't done the proper reflection process to actually make that decision. So first off, you have the 8 of Cups, right? You have the 8 of Cups. Again, this is about reaching the end of an emotional situation and deciding that you're going to go look for something else. Because whatever the current emotional situation is, it's not satisfying. It's not satisfying. You've worked at it. You've keep climbing this hill. You've done the climb. You've put effort into it, but things aren't changing. You're like, okay, I've gotten all I'm going to get out of this. So I'm going to turn around and look for something else. The reason why I say I'm not sure, the thing is, I feel like you know what you need to leave from. You may or may not, but the thing about it is like you haven't made the decision yet because you're not looking at the facts. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that like you may be reluctant. You may be reluctant to sit down, to journal, to look at what has gone on with this situation, what this person has done, what you have done, the different ways you have tried, and even trying to make like an exit plan, right? I don't know if you see 303, 33, 303 on the clock right now. You know what I mean? Because you also have the Three of Swords in reverse. If threes follow you, you know what I mean? Those are your angels letting you know that you can create whatever it is you want to create. You just have to be the creator. They're opening a portal, a triangle, you know what I mean? 3 sides, so that you can create whatever it is that you want to create, and so that can be like manifested and come into the 3D realm. But I'm just getting that this process, that like the divine, they're making this process inevitable for you. They're making this process inevitable for you. You know what I mean? So like no longer are you going to be unable to move on. You're going to move on. No longer are you not going to be able to look at the facts. You're like no longer are you going to be unable to make a plan. And like the Three of Swords in reverse, no longer are you going to be able to like just like to kind of sit in this situation with these painful ideas, these painful narratives, these like anxieties and these fears that are causing you emotional like stress and pain in the long run. You know what I mean? It might kind of suck. It might kind of suck to pull these swords out of your heart. You know what I mean? But like you're going to realize that this is what you have to do to be the most mature version of yourself. But yeah, the universe, they're just like they're ushering a lot of energy into your life so that you can't avoid this process any longer. Can we get additional guidance for pile number 3? What else do we need them to know about this situation? What else do we need them to know about this situation? What else do we need them to know about this situation? What else do we need them to know about this situation? I'm just getting that the situation, I'm just getting that like, I don't know what the situation is, but I'm just getting that like, you've really put in the work, but at this point you're tired. You may have like resonated with another pal. I'm not going to say which one. You know what I mean? But you have the Nine of Wands in reverse, which is just telling me that you're tired and exhausted of this situation because you really tried. You really tried. You really tried, but just things aren't changing. Like, things aren't changing, and I don't know. Because I'm getting that an emotional conversation took place with this Knight of Cups and the Seven of Swords in reverse, that like an emotional conversation took place. But when it comes to things actually changing and then like the things that y'all were talking about like coming to fruition, it's not happening. We have the Emperor card in reverse, the Knight of Coins in reverse, and then the Hierophant in reverse. So either you're not doing what you said you would do, they're not doing what they said they would do, you know, people aren't putting in the work. I'm just really getting that the work isn't being put in, or that like somebody isn't being helpful. So maybe you are the person putting in the work, you know what I mean? But it's like nothing is changing because the other person isn't helping, or like there's just like this stubborn like I'm not doing anything type of energy. But although y'all might have had these conversations that made you feel like, that made you have confidence that things were going to change, you know what I mean? But like, and even if y'all try to have this conversation again, if you go back to this situation, I'm just like, you have the Wheel of Fortune upright, which usually like dictates movement, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting you're just going to do this again. That like, and then the spider, Anazi the spider, like being stuck in this web. Like, and it's not that the wheel isn't moving, it's the wheel moving, but the wheel is moving in the same place. Like, I'm kind of getting like, what is it? Like when people like, oh, I forget what it's called. It's like when people like drag race, not like RuPaul's Drag Race, but drag racing with cars. And I think they like, I don't know if they hold their foot on the brake while also having it on the gas, but you know when like the wheel turns rapidly and then there's all this smoke and it creates like black streaks on the street? That's what's happening on the wheel is turning, the wheel is turning, the wheel is turning, but no movement is happening. That's just the image I got in my mind, right? And then with the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords and the Sun card in reverse, there's no conversation, there's no amount of research. There's nothing that can be said that can really change this conversation. And again, taking it all the way back to the beginning, like, you're just going to decide to move on. You're just going to decide to move on. Right? Because, like, you can say that you want to be here. You can say that this is fun. You can say that this is going to provide you with something further down the line. But the truth of the matter is that it's not worth the work. It's not exciting. It's not fun. And it's not as pleasurable as you say it is. Right now, you just feel trapped. You just feel trapped. Let's get you an action plan. Can we get pile number 3 a proper action plan just to put them, just to send them off on the right foot, please? Excuse me. Action plan for pile number 3. Action plan for pile number 3. Action plan for pile number 3. This is some heavy energy, bro. It's like stagnant. Can we get 3 more cards for pile number 3? So you really just gotta let go. You really just gotta let go. Again, like in the middle of this, you have the 3 of Swords again. But at the beginning, you have the 4 of Coins in reverse, which is, you just gotta let go of this. You gotta let go of this. And the universe has told you, the divine has told you, your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels have let you know. They've given you all the signs. This is like the final judgment, you know what I mean? Because again, they're ushering so much energy. There's so many signs in like Sagittarius right now. And that's the thing, like with all the Sagittarius like energy, the Jupiter, it's about expansion and like higher learning and like knowledge also, which comes with like luck and prosperity, but there's also the switch up of extremity, you know what I mean? And I'm just sensing that they're pulling at a lot of energy so that whatever the situation is that you've been holding on to, you can't hold on to it anymore. Like, you literally can't do that. You can't do that. So you're gonna have to let it go. You're gonna have to let it go. You're gonna have to wise up. You're gonna have to, again, address the mental ideas that are causing you emotional pain in the long run and move on and set some boundaries. Queen of Swords, address the truth. This is the lady of truth. You can no longer look at this. You can no longer look at this and behave the same way. So it's going to come to a point where you're going to like draw boundaries, and then it might hurt. It might be a little like cold-blooded. It might be a little direct. It might feel like you've given this person the cold shoulder, because I'm kind of sensing, and again, this might not be a person. This could be a situation. You know what I mean? This could be like a job. This could be school. This could be an investment. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, it's just like you're like, I can't do this anymore. And to continue to invest in this would be like a detriment to myself, and I can't do that, right? So your action plan is to stop investing in it. It's not going to pay off. Change your perspective. And I know you had hopes for it, that it would pay off in the future, but it's not going to happen. And you're going to have to grieve. You're going to have to grieve the loss of this, because again, if you've put as much energy as I'm assuming you put into it, you know, you got to grieve that. You got to grieve wasted time, wasted energy, but don't just grieve, don't just cry. You know what I mean? Be sure that you learn something from this. Again, the Queen of Swords, if anything, she's going to learn. She's going to learn so that she doesn't engage with this situation again. Right? There's something to be learned from here. And it may be hard. This could go one of two ways. The Eight of Coins in the reverse. This could be saying that, like, that the lesson could be easy to learn. Why is this here? What do we want to say about this Eight of Coins? But it could also be that it's like, so I'm getting that, like, no, it's way too many cards. What do we want to say about the Eight of Coins? Clarifier for the Eight of Coins. Okay, yeah, to stop working with it. To stop working on it. Because again, if you have tried, I'm getting that you have tried everything. With this upright, that you've put in the blood, sweat, and tears. You have tried everything, but with this in the reverse, this is to stop trying. The Magician card in reverse was your clarifier. Stop trying. You're not going to be able to shape this. You're not going to be able to transform this. You're not going to be able to transmute this, right? The only thing that you can transmute is your wisdom, your emotional maturity. This is what needs to change. How you feel about it, how you think about it. You know what I mean? So that you can become more wise. But as far as the situation goes, there's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can do but move on. Yeah. Let's see what your oracle cards have to say. Yeah, they were telling me. They were already telling me, child. Okay, so you have ginseng. Conservation. Again, like I was saying, you're going to need to conserve your energy. Like, you can't waste any more energy on this. And if this is a repeating situation, then you have Vedic self-mastery. Again, if this is, I don't know if this is one situation, but with this card, this is telling me that this may not be the last time that you deal with something like this. And it's probably not the first. It's probably not the first, again, because this is just probably part of your karmic cycle, your karmic journey. You know what I mean? To learn how to deal with this situation and the nuances whenever it pops up. Have strength. You know what I mean? I know you might feel a little defeated. I know you might feel a little bit exhausted. Especially if this Sagittarius energy is whooping your ass like Sagittarius energy can do. But, like, the darkness is here. You know what I mean? Like, do shadow work. Shadow work. Because that's something you're just going to need to pay attention to. Yes. Now, you actually got, like, 3 Moonology Oracle cards. That's lovely. Okay. Is this a romance? Is this like romance? Because this is what we have. You have New Moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. That's then you have Full Moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. And then you have New Moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Let me go find the card. I'm going to read them in this order. New Moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. Okay, that's some good news, okay? The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful. You don't bet the farm on something here. as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This card is about this card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up, if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if it simply means widening your worldview. The teaching. Sagittarius is the sign of fun, travel, exploration, and the great cosmic quest. It's the sign of big ideas. Its energy is expansive, upbeat, lucky, and divine. The new moon in Sagittarius exudes all this, as does this card whenever you draw it. Nothing is set in stone with Sagittarius, and an optimistic energy could attract all manner of good things if you tap into the energy by expecting the best. Now we got to go to full moon. I'm just going to go a page back to do new moon in Libra, and then we'll go to full moon in Taurus. New moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle is beginning. Give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating, or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning. And if that's the case, the chances are this will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. If anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised, such as teaming up with someone in a new business or in your personal life. Libra is the sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to take. Libra is the sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. The teaching. Libra is the sign of love and harmony, negotiation, and relationships. It is harmonious, kind, and luxurious, and always aiming for balance. So, when we have the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there's a restart possible for anything and everything connected to partnerships, negotiations, appearances, and justice. Remember that Libra is depicted by a set of scales. This energy wants to bring things back to equilibrium. And I'm hearing equilibrium to yourself. Okay, moving on to full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Sometimes you need to weave a bit of magic, and sometimes you need to be practical. And sometimes you need to find a combination of the two. This card suggests that this is where you are now. You need to use the laws of attraction to draw in what you want, by imagining it, expecting it, welcoming it. But you need to balance that with taking down to earth steps towards your goal. This isn't about wishing on the moon and hoping for the best. It's about making something like a list, a bullet points of how you achieve your dreams. If you're asking about money, this card heralds a change of financial fortunes depending on both your past actions and what you're expecting and therefore attracting. The teaching. The full moon in Taurus is a time to get back to earth, to get grounded, to work through any negative feelings you've been dealing with, and to find a balance between being passionate and being overly intense. Money issues may come to a head at the time of the full moon in Taurus, but you can take this card as a sign to pay more attention to your cash flow no matter when you draw it. Okay. Now last but not least, You the Muse. This is a beautiful card. I've never seen this one before. It's on page 3. This one has a journaling prompt, so grab your journal if you're into that kind of thing. You the Muse, essential meaning: finding your rhythm, showing off your talents and your light, creative inspiration, embodying your creator spirit, playful abandon, fertility, abundance, nurturing your projects and your people, trusting your inspiration process. Again, I'm really getting that whatever it is that you're moving on from, like, it's really just going to give you, it's really just going to open your world up. Because again, all the energy that you're focusing on this thing that you don't really like, it's just going to create an energy for you to engage with something else that you are actually going to enjoy. The self-care message here is being overly dramatic, acting like a diva, unrealistic expectations, the inability to find your muse within, wrongly believing that you are not creative, entertaining enough, or attractive enough to inspire others or find success. It's time for you to fully embody your own variety of creativity and light, and to become a bona fide muse. Living in inspiration is a lifestyle choice that you can make. Muse energy is infectious, radiant, luminous, bright. When was the last time you felt this way? Surround yourself with things, work, and people that inspire you, and step into your role as the muse of your own life. It is necessary now. You must not avoid the limelight of potential if you want to shine, grow, expand, and connect with your future success. Know that you are inspiration itself. You are a creator. You know exactly what it is that makes your spirit smile, and you recognize what lights you up, so you can choose to live smack dab in the center of that light. Become a living muse. Decide to showcase your talents and to take place on stage. Yes, you. Stepping into this expansive muse energy will stoke the fires of inspiration not only for yourself, but others as well. Turn on the spotlight of possibility, sweet creator. And here's your journaling prompt. What lights you up right now? When you make a list of people you admire, what is it about them that you adore? What are they doing that makes your soul sing? Do they have anything in common with one another? And with the potential you recognize within yourself. Alrighty, that's all I have for you, my friend. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. Don't forget, I am available for private readings. You can find my booking calendar over at momagics.com. I also sell tarot decks and other spiritual tools there. Last but not least, don't forget to like if you found any value out of this video. Leave me a comment in the comment section if any of this resonated with you, and subscribe if you'd like to receive more pick a card readings from me. That's all for now, and until next time, this is XOMO. Bye.